guys, my name is JIMMie, the creator and host of JIMMie. This platform is meant to inspire young people to believe and work on their potentials and talents and make their dreams come through. Are you afraid of embarking on that journey of business, art, comedy, education and entertainment? Well, you don't need to be, because you'll be getting some ideas and content to talk shows with people who are already successful in their field. All you need to do is subscribe, like, comment, share, and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. Please follow us on IG and on Facebook. Thank you. Beautiful and jolly greetings to all my viewers and subscribers. I am super excited today for what we're going to be sharing because it's going to be educative and interesting. Today I have with me a student entrepreneur that is very passionate in what she does. She will be sharing with us her story and her journey so far. She is so amazing, and when I say amazing, I mean it. This young lady is the evidence or proof of you or something that will say you are the only person that stands between what you want to do and see your dream come through, and that all of that is based on what the actions that you're going to be doing. And so today she will be sharing with us some of the things that she has gone through and that will help you to see what you want to do or see your plans come to reality. Having admired this woman so greatly, one of the things that I have observed that has been keeping her going is God, consistency, and perseverance. I envision that beautiful smile that is on your face as you're about to watch this episode of Gist with JIMMie. If you're new on this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Follow us on IG and on Facebook. Like, comment, and share. And please don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so you get notified at any time we post an educative content on this channel. Before we dive on today's discussion, please let's go on a short break and we will be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Today, as every other day, but quite different, I have with me a very special guest. And as I said earlier, she will be discussing with us some of an educative and interesting information that will help you as you go through your success journey. But before we go further, I'll please allow this young lady to tell viewers who she is. Hello, ma.
Hello.
Can you please tell us who I am with today?
Okay, so hi guys, I am Kabba. As she rightly said, I am a student entrepreneur and I'm the CEO of Nala's Design. I am currently a final year student at the University of Sierra Leone, Fuabe College, studying social work.
Wow, that's so amazing. I know me and the viewers out there are going to learn a lot today from this discussion. So please, I encourage you all to stay tuned and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us as we go through this discussion. Ma, please, people who want to know out there, you're CEO, you're a student entrepreneur. It's something that contains a very heavy work and a heavy concentration, and you need to put on so much work in it.
Yeah.
So, but people may want to first of all know, how did you start with what you're doing right now?
Okay, so as you said, it's a tough one. I won't lie, it's a tough one. But you know, I'm a very strong believer in God. As you said, that is one thing that has kept me going all these years. So I believe, you know, God has his ways of, you know, bringing something up maybe when you even least expect him to. Because growing up as a child, this was never part of the plan. I wanted to study law. I wanted to be a lawyer. I mean, kudos to all those that are doing law. They're doing extremely well. But I wanted to be a lawyer so badly. My mom, my sisters, all of them wanted me to be a lawyer. But as I said, there are certain things that happens in one's life. It leads you to another path. It ushers you into another path. So I think for me, it was like that. So growing up, as I said, I wanted to be a lawyer. But I've been this person, I like to be seen. I like to inspire people as much as I can. Back from when I was even younger than this. So at age 16, my mom died. But before that, of course, daddy had died. But we were very young to really understand what was really going on at that point in time. And so mom died. And teenage years are the most difficult stages in a girl's life. And I had to go through that. I mean, I had a very good support system, I won't lie. My sisters and I, we were very supportive to each other. But that time when you are alone by yourself, it hits you. Being the last born, mommy's girl, and all of that. And when dad passed, our world was totally evolved around our mother. So it was difficult for me. But before that time, I could remember we had a program in school. For us that were leaving the school at that time after the last examinations. So we wanted to have a prom, and we said we're going to come up with this program, and blah 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 and all of that. So of course we see in movies, we see on social media when girls attend proms, they have those flowers that they put on their wrist, and we wanted that, and everybody was like, where are we going to get these flowers? Where are we going to get these flowers? And being the person that I am that loves to take up challenges, I said, okay, if I do this thing, it won't be a bad idea. So I opted for it and I did it. And for me, it was just fun back then. It was a one-time thing for me. I just wanted to have fun. I mean, we were leaving high school. Everybody was excited. I just wanted to have fun. So I made the flowers for people. And that was a one-time thing. So immediately, December 31st that year, my mother died. And it was a very devastating moment for my siblings and I to cope through that period was tough. Imagine then it was 2 months to the worst exams when I lost my mom. So I came back to Freetown after everything because we actually grew up in Bo. So we had to come back to Freetown because I was schooling here at that time. So we came. My sisters, I mean, we were supportive to each other, but at the end of the day, we all had our lives. We all had things to focus on. So it was difficult for me. Imagine I just had 2 months to my exams. So, I was going to school. I was devastated. To even get into class was a difficult one for me. I remember one time I would go sit at the back of the hall. I would cry until one day one of my teachers found out that, this lady hasn't been going to classes, and he had to call me to his office and all of that. But it was during that point, I said, let me just try something with my hands. Who knows what might come out of it. So at that time, what was really trending is Ankara slippers. You had Ankara books. At that time, people didn't know much about those things. So I'm somebody that I won't say I'm smart, but I give it to myself that I'm one smart person. I just need to see something to be done once, or even see something from the look at something. If I really pay attention to it, if I put my mind to it, it's something I can do. So I said, okay, since this is one of the most trending things right now for young people, why not put this and just find a way of escaping. But it wasn't really for sales because at that time I wasn't even selling them. I was just making to just find something that would take my attention away from my reality at that point in time. So I started, and somebody encouraged me to open a page on Facebook, which I did. So somebody saw a post of the Ankara books, the Ankara slippers, and she sent me a message. She said, I know you're a very young lady and you're doing extremely well for your age. I know you can do more than what I just saw on Facebook. And she said, I have a wedding. My wedding is coming up in a few months. I want you to do my bouquet and the flowers that my bridesmaid will hold. I'm like, wow. So to myself, I was thinking, I don't even have an idea about what this whole thing is. So being the person that I am that loves to take up challenges, I also opted for that one without even having any idea on how to do it. So yeah, I did it. I asked a lot of questions from people who knew at that time. I watched videos online, and I was able to make it, and people were so excited. The woman I made it for was so excited. She was satisfied, and she was like, please don't stop. Maybe you don't know this is the path that God is calling you to. Yes, you are good with the Ankara books, you're good with the Ankara slippers, but I think you can do more than this. And she was really patient with me, because imagine at some point I had to come clean and say, you know what, ma'am, this is my first time of doing this. And she was really patient with me. She was understanding. But I just believe that God used her at that time to direct me to the path where he really wanted me to, and not where the path I wanted myself to be in. Yeah.
Wow, this is really a very, very smart move, and I can say you are a really strong lady.
Thank you.
So, due to all of the things that made you start this and made you go into doing the Ankara and later going into the flower stuff and all of that, did anybody fund you, or did anybody motivate you, like push you, like saying, love, I'm seeing this and all of that, can you just do this? Can you involve yourself into it? Or it was because of your situation at the moment that you were trying to find something, or did someone motivate you to do it?
Well, at that time, I had no one, because even my siblings then saw the whole thing as a distraction. Imagine I had WAS exams coming up in a few months. So they really saw it as a distraction to me. And, people had a lot to say, oh, this, they can't fail, blah, blah, blah. People had a lot to say. So I had this uncle that I used to escape to go to for weekends. And when I'm there, I will make stuffs, my uncle and his wife, they really encouraged me at that point in time. They let me do my thing, because my siblings were totally not in support of it. So I had no funding. How I got my funding was through my lunch back then. Because growing up in this family where they teach us how to be independent and to be disciplined with our finances at a very young age, so they used to give us our lunch for the week. So if you mismanage it, then you're not getting another lunch for the other day. So at that time, I think it was 50,000 now, 50 leons they were giving me at that time. So I would say, okay, for this week I'm going to use just 30 leons and save the balance 20. So I was doing that, and my sisters, they talked to me, but I was stubborn back then not to listen. And so they got to a point where they got tired, and they said, you know what, we don't say this now your passion, let's just support you. And so they started putting interest in what I do, because they saw that no matter what they did, I'm not going to leave that path that I found myself in. So
all right. Wow, this is so amazing. So living in those parts of the world, we know, more especially for a female, to opt and want to do something for herself, inspire herself and empower, and want to be somebody in the society. We have this pulling down syndrome. We have the stocks that will be going around, and more especially if you don't have something or somewhere you're going to start from. You have this thing. Some might even think that you're crazy. Some might think that you don't even know what you're about to do. You're not even aware of the venture that you're about to go into. So how were you able to pull through this pulling down syndromes? How were you able to pull through this talks, this discouragements that were coming at that time?
Okay. So for me, I think pulling down syndrome is one thing that makes you very strong, I would say, because regardless of what you do, people are going to always stop. That's one thing I think I always have at the back of my mind, that whatever you do, be it good or bad, people will still have something to say regardless. So I'm one person, I think that doesn't work for me. When you say what you have to say, it's your business. So even for me, I feel like anything I do, I know I wanted to do it, but that thing that is a peer pressure, it doesn't work on me. When I want to do something, I will do it. Not because somebody wants me to. I have a mind of my own. Even when it comes to my family, they know that about me. My siblings will tell you that I get pee. They know that about me. They will tell you that. So I'm one person that I think pulling down syndrome, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So when I started, people had a lot to say. Like, for example, if they send me a message, and I'm like, this is the cost for what I'm selling, and they be like, you too dear, or probably you small so, and I'm like, I'm not going to get this stuff for free. So at some point, people even insulted me. At some point, people even insulted me. And going into business at that age, I was young, I was naive, I was excited. Everything was overwhelming at that point for me. So I didn't even have the knowledge on how to manage my finances. I think I learned the hard way. I had some people that didn't even pay me my balance after working for them. I mean, I had no financial discipline then. I had no knowledge about business, just a young kid coming into business. I was excited. For me, all I cared about at that time was, oh, I just want to make stuff. I just that was all that mattered to me then. So I think the pulling down syndrome, even now, it's still there, because you have people that say, oh, because he thinks they don't get money, they don't buy, which of course they don't even know, like, the challenges you go through to make sure that at least your prices are affordable, and people can still buy what you sell. They don't even know how you have to manage your resources, how you have to manage your finances, the struggles you have to go to get reasonable items. They don't even know. So they have a lot of things they will say. Oh, because if you say small, she's into business, blah blah blah. They have a lot to say. So I think pulling down syndrome is something that never ends. You're going to have naysayers that are continually going to be talking. It's not going to get over. It's not going to be over anytime soon. So for me, I think pulling down syndrome doesn't work for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's obvious that me and the viewers out there are actually learning something out of this discussion. So we know the business that you go into, the business that you do, and you come across several several type of different kind of people. The ones that have attitudes, the ones that have their own characters and all of that. So far, what has been some of the lessons that you've learned from going into this business and meeting different kind of people that you've learned so far?
Okay. So one thing that has really helped me, I think the course again I am studying at the university, in a way, has also helped me to understand, because social work, it's a blend of how you deal with people, how you help people, how they react, and all of that. So I think knowing that we all come from different backgrounds, we all have unique personalities. I think that has helped me again to deal with people well, to manage people well, because I know I'm a very calm person. I don't expect you to be like me. Either ways, I don't expect me to be like you. So, and one thing that's at the back of my mind, I don't expect everybody to like me, because that's where the problem lies. When you think that everybody should like you, when you think that everybody should be on your side, then you constantly be facing problems with people, because at the end of the day, people are not going to like you. For us that are Christians, even Jesus, when he came to the world, not everybody liked him, and up to now, people don't still like him. So who am I? Even God, that is the superior being, some people don't believe in him, some people don't even like him. So who am I that he created? So I have that constantly at the back of my mind. So the lessons I've learned, as a business person, be more of a listener than a talker. Because when you're more of a listener, it helps. Because why I say it helps? You're going to meet people. Some people have anger issues, more especially for me, the kind of work that I do. I deal with people that are getting married, and when their wedding is close, the pressure gets so much on them. Some people don't know how to manage their emotions, so they will just lash it out on you. So if you don't know how to be calm, you don't know how to keep quiet and listen, then that's where the problem will come. Because when she talks or he talks, you talk. And when two people are talking, nobody understands each other. So I think being more of a listener than a talker has really helped me. Because if you're shouting and I'm sitting down looking at you till you're done, at the end of the day, I believe when you go back to your house or wheresoever, your conscience will tell you that what you did was wrong. I've got so many customers that because they acted on based on their emotions, how they felt at that point in time, at the end of the day, they said sorry. And for me, I've understood that the kind of work that I do, weddings are stressful to plan. So I know the dynamics. Weddings are very stressful to plan, and most people don't know how to manage their emotions. I can manage my emotions, but I don't expect you to react the same way when you're stressed out. So that's where most business people get it wrong. Be more of a listener than a talker. Over the years, before this time, when my customer will talk, I'll tend to talk. But over the years, I've learned that silence is golden. Because I don't talk doesn't mean I'm a coward, or doesn't mean I can't defend myself. You can still be calm and firm. You can still pass your point without you shouting or exchanging words with somebody. One thing I will let people know, after you've shouted, you've lashed everything out on me, I'll tell you that it doesn't mean because they say customers are right that you should disrespect me. I think I owe myself that. And if I'm giving you the respect, that's why my customers, I don't call them by their name, because I want them to know that there are boundaries. If I call you ma'am, I call you sir, know that I've given you respect enough and I expect the same from you. That's why I don't even call, no matter how I know them, I don't call. As you tell me you want to buy something from me, immediately I start calling you ma, because I want to set that boundary that you don't talk to me anyhow, I don't talk to you anyhow. So I think those are the few lessons I've learned over the years.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yes.
So, what has been keeping you going? Who or what has been keeping you going?
Okay. So, above everything else, I'll say God. Because, some things I don't even know how I pull through, because you have studies that is very stressful, you have business, and for me, I'm a very family-oriented person. I can count the events I attend. I'm a very family-oriented person. I love to spend time with family and even going out. So managing all of that, it's difficult. So I think sometimes I ask myself, where do I even draw strength from? I don't know. It's God. Then above, the second thing again, I think that has been a source of strength for me is my family. As I said earlier, my siblings and I, we're very supportive to each other. My sisters will call me, oh, you're doing this. They will support me as if I'm going to the Grammys. They will support me as if I'm standing before the world's most greatest president. That's how much we support each other. That's how far we can go for each other. Then another thing again, the joy of seeing your customers appreciate what you do. Again, it's one thing that gives me strength that, okay, you need to do better. Because if people appreciate what you do, it doesn't mean you should be comfortable with that. Because we are humans. Trends are changing. Times are changing. The world is evolving. So I don't want to be left behind. So I think seeing that people appreciate what I do, they love what I do, they support what I do, I think that's a whole big thing to give me strength to do more and better.
Well, we thank God for that.
Yeah.
And we rarely said before the discussion, we know that you're a student and an entrepreneur at the same time. So being a student has its own stress. Because I know you may want to do well. You may want to excel in that part of your life. You may want to actually make name on that particular side of your life. And you may also not want to forget about the business. You want to invest in both sides. So, as a student entrepreneur, how have you been able to balance these two? School, business, and everything.
Okay, so I'm not going to come here, pretending to people that, okay, I know time management, blah, 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 because I know that's what most people will say. So I'm not going to come here behaving as if it's not difficult. I'm a very blunt person. So, when you have these two to manage, when one is doing well, the other one is suffering. That I will tell anybody for free. There are some days I've missed classes because of business. There are some days I've missed clients because of classes. So when you're doing well in one thing, another thing will be suffering. So that's how difficult it is. Sometimes you'll be in a dilemma that what should I do? Should I skip classes? There have been so many times I've skipped classes, so many times I've missed out on my assignments. I'm not going to come here pretending as if I'm a saint, which I'm not. But again, I would say God as well, because there are sometimes it's very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult. I'll be in classes, people will be calling me, I'll be in town, maybe my classmate will say, oh, we have classes, oh, we have this. Sometimes I break down because I'm one person that is very emotional, even though I don't let my emotions get the best of me. But sometimes it gets so overwhelming that I break down, because at the end of the day, I'm not a superhuman. I'm a human being like everyone else, which people expect that because you're into business, because you're doing well for yourself, people want you to be a superhero, forgetting the fact that at the end of the day, you're still a human being as they are. So it's difficult. I won't lie, it's very difficult. But I think, as I said, consistency, because if you pay attention to one thing, know that the other thing is going to suffer. So you just have to put when they say by my side, by my side, yeah. It works hand in hand. You don't leave one behind, you don't put one in front. It works. There are some days I'll be on exams, I'll study for 2 hours and I'll work for 2 hours. So I think I've been doing them simultaneously, working hand in hand with each other. I'm not leaving anyone behind, I'm not putting anyone in front. So I think that has helped me.
So has it been time when you rejected others from business? Yes. Because of school?
Yes. There are times when I'm on exams, I'll say, oh, the money is good, but at the end of the day, I want to make good grades. Because funnily, I tell people might see it as a joke. Funnily, I tell people that, what has affected, I think, or is still affecting us as a nation, is the fact that people are comfortable with their situation. People, because they are doing well for themselves, they become comfortable with where they are. They don't push for more. So I jokingly tell people that, I the land book for the fitiai. Because when you come to me and I tell you that, oh, I'm a degree holder, but I chose to do business, you won't exactly, you will not talk to me anyhow. So I jokingly tell people see it as a joke, but for me, even though I say it like casually, but it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. So there are times I will have exams, 2 days or 1 day to my exams, and I'll have emergency, we won't mind to pay the emergency fee. And you have the other mind telling you that this is good money. You have the other mind telling you, what if you fail? And you won't know that people are looking at you, except you make mistake or you fail. That's the time you will know that you have eyes on you. People see you when you don't even know that they are looking at you. So I'm very conscious about that. That's why anything I do, I'm not trying to make a point, to prove a point to anybody. I live my life the way I want it and how God wants me to live my life. I'm not looking for anybody's validation. Just that I think I owe my family that. And I'm obligated. There are the people I'm obligated to for now. And I think I will be obligated to. But anybody else, I don't think I need their validation or their approval. So it's not like I'm focusing on what people say. But at the end of the day, again, you have to be conscious. Because at the end of the day, I am still human. Words might break me down. So, I'm conscious about that. That since I don't want words to break me down, let me not put words in people's mouths to talk about me. So I think, there have been times, when, the money is good, but at the same time, again, I want to do well. So there are days I choose. That's why I said, when you want to do well in one thing, the other will suffer. So, yeah.
This is so awesome. So one cannot get to that level of success without you going through some challenges, some tough times.
Yeah.
They will come. So what has been some of these tough challenges that you've been faced with through this journey?
Okay, so one thing I think entrepreneurs won't tell people, before the fame, let me just say, you go broke. Let me just be honest with you. Honestly, I'm one person, I'm very real. If you know me, you know that I'm very real and very blunt. One thing people won't tell you is that when you are an entrepreneur, there are days you will go broke. When I say broke, I mean very broke. Because there are days you invest so much without gaining nothing in return. People won't come and tell you, oh, they will just say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. They won't tell you behind the fame you see, behind all the success, the celebration that people do for you. There are some days you need a shoulder to cry on, because the pressure will get so much that you will break down entirely and even think that God doesn't love you anymore. There are some days you won't have nothing in your bank account. There are some days nothing in even your purse. So I think those challenges have made me stronger, and they continually they make me realize that I'm still human, regardless of what people say. Oh, she's doing well for herself, blah blah blah, and all of that. I make people know that I'm human. Like how you the hard up, now so I the hard up. Like how you can need shoulder for cry on, that's how I need a shoulder to cry on. I'm not going to pretend that I am one superhero like everybody does. I'm not going to act that way. So I think challenges always come. Challenges are part of life. But people think that life is not a bed of roses. Challenges are going to come, and those challenges are going to make you stronger, because trust me, if you don't go through some certain phase in life, you will not appreciate some certain blessings that you get. Honestly, because for example, if there are days I've gone broke, when God blesses me, I'm being thankful for that past. So if there are no challenges, trust me, you will not appreciate the blessings you will receive. So I think challenges are ways that God prepares us for the blessings ahead. Because definitely, whatever, even if it's not business, in academics, in business, be it whatever you're doing, challenges are going to come. That's one thing continually you should be expecting. Life itself is risky. So, and when you're taking a risk, you expect there should be challenges. Life itself is risky. Every day you get out of your house, you don't know what you're going to come across with. So every day is a challenge. Every day is a challenge. But I think challenges are necessary for life. They are necessary, because trust me, if there are no challenges, people will think that life is one easy piece of cake. Yeah.
Wow. So, Nala.
Yes.
So what's the inspiration behind the name Nala? Is it your name? Is it somebody that is so dear to you? What's really the inspiration behind Nala?
Okay, so most people go with the idea that it's my name. Most people even call me that now, which I really love. But that's not my name. It's not even on my birth certificate. It's a combination of both parents, my mom and my dad. So it's a name that is very, very dear to me. Because for me, when I hear people talking about Nala, that means the legacy of my parents still lives on. And that's one thing that's not going to die, because whenever you think of Nala, whenever you mention the name Nala, whenever Nala is doing well, then the legacy of my parents, the lives of my parents still lives on. So yes, I think that's the inspiration behind Nala. Yeah.
So is this Nala, is it something that you have been planning way back that, when I have the business, this is the name that I'm going to give it to it, or
No.
it just comes up?
No. So even when I started with the Ankara books and slippers, I had no name then. I really had no name. So I was thinking of names. I think it was just the casual conversations, my siblings and I were having that day. And I was like, it would be so fine if we get mommy and daddy their name, eh? And I felt like, yeah, it makes sense. Yes, so it was just one day I was with my other sister, and we were just struggling on how to connect the names, and finally Nala just came up, and yeah.
So it was not something that was actually planned for a long time. No. It just came up.
Yeah.
Wow. So I know you are actually planning to reach at some point in your business or in life and everything. I know you're still getting there.
Yeah.
So what has been some of your success stories? Something that you can say, oh, I was here and I'm now here. I'm really, really thankful for this thing. What has been some of the success stories?
Okay, the one success story, I think, do not despise little beginnings, was my launching. It was not even something that was planned. As I said, in all of this, God's grace has been evident in my life. My launching was planned, I think, in 2 to 3 weeks. And somebody would just call, oh, I'm giving you this for free. I'm giving you this for free. I'm giving you this for free. Because I'm one person, I believe in the power of prayer. I'll be all that, but when I go to my secret place, which is the presence of God, I pray, I worship. And sometimes when I don't know what to do and I'm confused, the best person I talk to is God. I'll be sitting, we'll be talking, but deep down I'm talking to God, who is my Father. So I think it's been God's grace. My launching was one success story, because how I pulled that off, if somebody asks me, I don't even know how I pulled that off, because I was just getting everything for free. Even if I spent my own money, it wasn't much. God was coming through for me. Another success story is because for the launching, I did a fundraising to train girls, teenage mothers. I did a fundraising for that, and people were giving funds. Imagine, people didn't even know me as they know me now, and people supported that initiative. That okay, you launched your business, and this is what you want to do with the funds that you raise. And people were really inspired by the fact that I didn't want the money as a capital to boost my business. Instead, I wanted to train other girls with the resources I got from the launching. So people were really impressed with that. And of course, the training went really well. I had the youth commissioner then, I had the youth minister present, and I had few organizations that came in. It was a success. The training went really well. The youth minister was impressed. And another I think success story again is how far God has brought my business. My customer base, I think, is another success story I am grateful for, because then the customers I had then weren't much. People didn't know me that much, but now I won't say people know me, but I think I'm doing well. Yes, so I'm thankful for that. I think that's one success story that I regularly thank God for. And another success story, I think, was it last year when the vice president of Liberia visited Sierra Leone. I was honored to do the welcome bouquet for them. And this year again, when Apostle Johnson Suleiman visited Sierra Leone, I was honored again to do a bouquet for him. And it's been there. God has been good. Recently again for the National Girls Summit, I was honored to do 500 Ankara books for them again. So they're there. There are some I can't even remember, but in all of this, all I will just say in conclusion, God has been good.
So are you still in the Ankara
Yes.
stuff? You still, or you're just concentrating on the flower?
Well,
you're still balancing
well, for the
two?
books, but I'm no longer doing the slippers. The books, I do them,
Okay.
but once in a while, like in large quantities, but not that single.
Single.
Yeah,
So if someone wants it,
it should be in a large
quantity.
Yeah.
All right. So what I will want to ask, some people are out there, young ladies as well, that will want to embark on journeys like this. It might not be the flower or the Ankara, but they might want to empower themselves. They want to do something for themselves, for them to be independent and stand out there. But some will have some challenges, some might be scared, some will think that no, they are not capable of doing this thing. A lot of things will pop up in their heads. So what will be your advice or an encouraging message that you send out there to people like that, for them to not be scared, for them to actually take up a step of embarking on whatever they want to do? And secondly, will you encourage mentorship?
Yeah, sure, because even myself here, I have people I look up to. I have people that mentor me. So I think that is one thing we all need. And again, in finding a mentor, it doesn't mean because you've had me speaking I should be your mentor. Find a mentor that has dreams that are aligned to yours, because that way it helps you. And be sensitive to the kind of mentors you find, because mentors again are capable of breaking people, of breaking your dreams. So that's one thing you should be very sensitive about. Don't just find a mentor because everybody say, oh, this time a mentor, this time a mentor. Everybody wants to be seen with that person. Because that's the concept, young people now have. That, okay, because this person is popular, she's into this, he's into this, blah, 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 and all that. I want them to be my mentors, forgetting the real essence of having a mentor. A mentor can be a pastor. A mentor can be somebody that's not even popular. But people are just focusing, because people are popular. The mentors I have, people don't even know them. Maybe if people know them, they are few. But they are not people that are all over the place. There are people I know that I can reach, people that I can talk to anytime, any day. There are people that will tell me to my face that what you did was wrong. There are people that we can talk, share ideas, they listen to mine, advise me. I don't just take mentors because, everybody is having them as mentors, I want to have them as mentors. Maybe even if you see them, not often. They are not even popular people, but they are my mentors. They have impacted my life so greatly. One of my mentors is even a pastor. Yes, they've impacted my life so positively. And I think I have 2 male mentors. Not even women. I have 2 male mentors, not even women. The one is a pastor, and the other one is a director for an organization. So I think everybody needs mentorship. Then one thing again I would say to the young people out there, there are going to be naysayers. People are going to talk, but one thing I just want you to do is believe in yourself regardless of what people say. Don't let what people say define you. Define yourself, how you want to be seen. You have that voice inside of you that regularly keeps talking to you that this is where I want to see myself. Do not ignore that voice, because that voice inside you is the one that is telling you that this is where God wants you to be. So listen to that voice, believe in yourself. Don't be pressured by what people say. Don't be stressed by what people say, because eventually they are going to say a lot of things. And always know that challenges are going to come, but at the end of the day, they are what makes you stronger. So yeah.
People may want to patronize.
Yeah.
Some may want to know the main thing that you focused in doing, and may want to maybe recommend other people. So tell people what you do and how they can reach you, and how they can get access to
All right. So I'm a bridal fan designer. I'm a florist, and then I do again florist in every form: flower baskets, bouquet for brides. I make the bridal fans for brides and all of that. Bridal fans for bridesmaids, flowers for bridesmaids. The boutonnieres for men. And for you to reach me, you can reach me on my social media handles. On Facebook, it is Nala's Design. On Instagram, it is Nala's Design. On TikTok, it is I am Nala001.
Wow. So thank you very, very much. I believe that this discussion has indeed been educative and interesting. And I know we have learned a lot from all of this, and there are so much hit points that we will look up to. So now I'm encouraging all viewers out there to please pay attention to those hit points and make sure you put them into practice. Thank you again for being on the show today, JIMMie. We're so blessed, and we want to say we appreciate you so much for gracing our show today, and we pray that God will continue to guide and strengthen you as you go through this journey.
Amen.
Thank you, viewers, for staying with us till now, and we want to remind you to not forget to click that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell so you get notified when we post any new content on this channel. Thank you again, and have a splendid week. God bless you. Hello guys, my name is JIMMie, the creator and host of G's with JIMMie. This platform is meant to inspire young people to believe and work on their potentials and talents and make their dreams come through. Are you afraid of embarking on that journey of business, art, comedy, education and entertainment? Well, you don't need to be, because you'll be getting some ideas and content to talk shows with people who are already successful in their field. All you need to do is subscribe, like, comment, share, and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. Please follow us on IG and on Facebook. Thank you.